Hi guys, and welcome to House of Boxing's HOB TV. This is episode 2. We personally want to just thank everyone for viewing our first episode, and also for those for subscribing. We're truly grateful, and we're thankful.
Yeah, we're back for round 2. As David said, thanks everybody for the views, for subscribing. Got on the House of Boxing Mexico team.
There we go.
Because we're excited to talk about one of our new, exciting young Mexican fighters this week, Jaime Munguia. But before that, we're going to get to some other stuff.
So we're going to hop right into this past weekend's fight between Pacquiao and Broner. Obviously, I mean, it was exactly the fight we thought.
Yep.
And it played out exactly what we thought. I mean, the most exciting thing that I thought was that interview after when he said he won. I mean, that's probably the only thing that I thought was pretty interesting, right?
Yeah, it's pretty absurd that's the way Adrian Broner gets fights nowadays, is with his mouth. But unfortunately, that's the way boxing goes. The two judges I had at 116, 112, gave 4 rounds to Broner. I don't know what they were watching.
I don't know.
But it goes on par with what we knew about boxing judges coming in. I mean, they're inconsistent. But the writing was on the wall before this fight even started. I think, we knew what Broner was going to do. I think even the referees of the Saints-Rams game could have seen what Broner was going to do coming into this fight. Yeah. Low volume. He lived up to his billing of not throwing many punches, not being able to win the big one. This guy landed 4 punches per round, 50 punches total. Yeah. The offensive output was lacking. It reminds me of the offensive output put by Julio Cesar Chavez versus Canelo Alvarez. In that fight, Chavez landed 70 total punches. He was chastised afterwards. We haven't seen him since in the boxing ring. It's been 2 years since we've seen him. Hopefully, we don't see Adrian Broner in the boxing ring for 2 years as well.
Yeah. Pretty much like we said this last episode, man. I mean, he wasn't active enough. Just like you said, 4 punches landed. And to be honest, it seems like he was scared to throw a punch, man. I mean, he was kind of holding back on his punches. He wasn't sitting down on them and trying to hurt the man. I mean, he knew he wasn't going to win fighting the way he fought. I think he was more satisfied with going to 12 and coming out with a clean face. I mean, pretty much he did, but it wasn't enough.
The guy was in survival mode the whole fight. Showed up, collected somewhere around $5 million. Went unscratched, unscathed. On the other hand, I mean, let's not take nothing away from Manny Pacquiao. I mean, the guy was entering his 70th fight. He looked pretty darn good for 40 years old. Did what he had to do, considering what he had to work with. He had a guy that didn't want to engage. I know Freddie Roach, Boo Boy, his head trainer, they expected more out of Broner. They expected more exchanges. But, props to Manny. He threw about 560 punches. He doubled punches landed by Adrian Broner. His legs look good, look fresh. Yeah. And on top of that, I mean, people still want to see this guy fight. Yeah. Pay-per-view numbers.
Pay-per-view numbers were really good.
Yeah. 400,000.
400,000.
To me, that was the most surprising thing out of this whole production was 400,000. I was predicting maybe 300,000. Yeah. The undercard, I mean, let's be honest, it was lacking star power. Yeah. Manny Pacquiao hadn't been on pay-per-view for a few years. Adrian Broner, we already discussed, wasn't an exciting fighter, and he still managed to get 400,000 pay-per-views. One of the storylines going into this fight was, pay-per-view being dead. Oscar De La Hoya and DAZN proclaimed pay-per-view is dead. DAZN's going to kill it. Streaming services are the new thing. Yeah. But 400,000 pay-per-views means that, that format is alive and well. Yeah. Imagine if Pacquiao would have fought Mikey Garcia this fight. They probably would have done, 700,000, 800,000 bucks. Double it,
yeah. Because it would have been a way more exciting fight than what we saw this past Saturday.
Yeah. Pacquiao, he suffered, let's talk about the little injury he suffered. He suffered a scratched cornea on his left eye.
Which can be pretty serious. I mean, probably career-ending, right, what they were saying? So, I mean, we'll see where it goes.
They're going to get it rechecked Monday. If it's a detached retina, it is going to be career-ending. Yeah. It doesn't look like it's serious. It's a scratch. We'll go with the scratch as of now until further tests on Monday. and his house was robbed, man. What's up with that?
Oh my gosh, man!
You know,
some people out there, man. I don't know what it is, man. But you know, how can you rob Manny Pacquiao? Such a nice guy, always giving to people. How can you steal from that man?
This guy.
I mean, yeah, it's sad. It's sad.
Despite all that, he was all smiles that night when he came home. He was at the Laker game, and he confronted Floyd Mayweather Jr. at the Laker game.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Manny's next move? He says he wants to come back in May or June. Is it going to be Mayweather? Who's it going to be?
I think it will be Mayweather, man. Like you said on the last episode, man. I mean, he's going to be chasing the money. I mean, especially with these past Saturday's pay-per-views. I mean, that definitely shows that Manny Pacquiao still has a following, and with the fight with Mayweather, it'll probably definitely double, if not, hit 1 million views. I wouldn't doubt it. So I mean, I wouldn't doubt him chasing Mayweather in May.
At this point, from what we know, Mayweather doesn't seem interested in a rematch, and as we just alluded to, Manny Pacquiao wants to come back in May or June. So who do we see in May or June? Pretty much all the welterweights on the PBC roster are taken up with spring fights. So who's Manny going to fight in May or June?
I don't know, man. That's a really good question. I mean, who is left at 147? What, Andre Berto? He's at
Berto,
Collazo, yeah.
We might see one of those. Robert Guerrero just came back.
And they might be pumping him up, too. They might, Mayweather might want that, too, to make it build up, Manny Pacquiao's back, right? And hopefully, can make a better second fight between him and Mayweather. I mean.
But I think, we could both agree that the fact that Manny Pacquiao is back in the mix and the performance he gave, for the most part, we're excited to have him back and talking about his potential fights in the welterweight division.
Exactly. So, yeah, man. So we're going to move on to our next segment. This is a new segment that we're going to be doing. So
very excited about it.
We're very excited about this new segment. And what we did was we asked some of our members. We got good feedback from the members here at the House of Boxing. So we asked some of the members to put out some questions to get them involved. And hopefully, in the near future, get you guys involved as well. So we got some random questions here. Here in a hat, we're going to give out some questions. Me and Steve are going to ask each other these questions.
In a segment we call House
of Boxing's House Call. So here we go. First question we got. Steve, here we go. I'm going to ask you this first question. It says, Miguel Berchelt will fight Francisco Vargas March 23rd at the Forum. Thoughts?
I mean, two Mexicans fighting?
Yeah.
Come on. What could be better than that, right? The interesting part of this fight, what's going to be at the Forum in L.A., Golden Boy and Top Rank came together to make this fight happen, which is always good. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, making good fights happen, right? That fans want to see. So
promotional companies coming together to give us the fights we want.
Yeah,
it's going to be on ESPN, not the Zone.
Okay.
And the first fight was exciting. Vargas he took some punishment. As far as the second fight, I don't see anything different going on.
Me either.
We know Francisco Vargas is with Joel Diaz, so he may try to box a little more, but at some point he's going to revert to his old warrior style. Yeah. And I believe those cuts on his eyelids, on his eyes, are going to flare up again. Same outcome as the last one.
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, it's Francisco Vargas, man, keeps getting war after war, man. He needs a... I'm pretty sure his last fight, right? He had a little warm-up fight, right? He won that. Was it?
I believe it was Rod Salka,
right? Yeah. So, yeah, man, I don't know. We'll see how this plays out, but I see it playing out the same way as well.
Agreed. Let's go to the second question here. This one says, "What do we make of Andrade's performance and him calling out Triple G after his fight?"
Oh man, Andrade. Man, to be honest, I was watching that fight. I honestly fell asleep, man. I mean, bro, these guys, I don't know why. Don't get me wrong. He has skill. He's real technical, which is good. But with a guy like he was fighting, man, he has to put damage, bro. And he has to make a big name for himself in that weight division, especially with Triple G, especially with Canelo Alvarez. I mean, he has to show that he's ready to step up with these guys, man. And going 12 rounds with that guy, it didn't seem like he wanted to take any risks. But him calling out Triple G is definitely the wrong idea for him. I mean, I would like to see it, though. I would like to see it because it was definitely get Triple G a belt. And it'll be a good fight, man. I mean, at the end of the day, the guy might box him. You know, like they say, styles make fights. Personally, I think if they were to make Triple G Andrade, I see Triple G knocking him out, man. Just putting the pressure and kind of using his power to win the fight.
I agree. I don't think he's ready for Triple G, not even Canelo. How was the streaming for you, by the way, with the Zone and the Andrade fight?
You know what? I was a little disappointed, man. That's already the second time I've been watching the Zone. Yeah. And for some reason, I'm not sure if it's my connection, my Wi-Fi connection, or like I said, it's already the second, third time that I've watched a boxing event on the Zone. It's kind of slow. Definitely
something, for the Zone to fix.
Yeah.
But let's get back to Andrade. I believe it was the WBO ordered for Andrade to fight Billy Joe Saunders.
Okay.
So in fact, so he's not going to get Triple G next. Of course, if Triple G signs with the Zone, which an announcement is supposed to be very, very soon on Triple G's next move, a little step aside money for Billy Joe Saunders, for Triple G to fight Andrade. Magic could always happen like that.
Yeah.
But I think we both agree Andrade's not ready for Canelo or Triple G.
Agree. So we're going to move on to the next question. Our next question, here we go. The next question, Steve, is Jorge Linares lost by TKO in round 2. What happened?
What happened was nobody saw that coming. What also happened is the guy moved up, in weight.
That's true.
And he totally...
and you could tell, man. Yeah. I mean, definitely with their body size next to each other, you can tell. Every time he hit him, you can just tell, like, this guy was the bigger man.
Exactly. Linares is more of a speed, finesse type guy.
Yeah.
Kind of just had his way with him, man. 3 knockdowns in that first round. Linares is moving back to 135, and rightfully so after this fight.
Yeah.
There were talks of Linares and Maurice Hooker later on this year. Yeah. Obviously, those plans went by the wayside with this fight. We could both agree that his move to 140
wasn't a smart move.
Wasn't a smart one. So look forward to seeing him back at 135 and smaller weights.
Yeah, I agree.
Final question here for David.
Here we go.
Prediction for Saturday night: Josecito Lopez versus Keith one-time.
Ooh, man.
The returning
from an injury, right? What is it? What injury did he have?
He had an elbow injury.
He had an elbow injury. So, my prediction, man, I mean, here at the House of Boxing, we know Josecito. He's actually held camp here when he was training with Henry Ramirez and Chris Arreola. So, I mean, they're cool people, man, and I'm rooting for Josecito Lopez. But, I mean, I think Keith Thurman is just going to be the stronger guy, the more seasoned guy in this fight. And I see Keith Thurman stopping him in the 7th, 8th round. I think Keith Thurman's going to take his time and see how he feels with the elbow. He's been out the ring for a while and definitely from an injury. So I see Keith Thurman beating him TKO 7th or 8th round.
I agree to some extent. First of all, props to Josecito Lopez. Shout out to him. Has some history here with the House of Boxing. The Riverside Rocky.
Yep.
But he was handpicked by Keith Thurman for a reason in this fight. Obviously, Keith Thurman saw something he liked. Keith Thurman is coming back from a 2-year layoff. He's looking to put on a showcase. Prediction-wise, I think he want to get some work in. He might be a little rusty.
Yeah.
I think it's going to go 12. I see this fight going 12 rounds for Keith Thurman.
Yeah. But like I said, man, I think Josecito's definitely he's a warrior, man. He's gonna bring his A game like he does every time, and I mean he's gonna try to put on a show for the fans, which I truly respect, man. And I'm hoping he can pull out the win, being the underdog, kind of like he did with Victor Ortiz. Why not?
Yeah. Okay, let's just say it goes the way of the odds makers and whatnot, and what we're saying. Who would you like to see Keith Thurman fight next after this?
Man, I would say. I heard him say he wants Manny Pacquiao.
That'd be interesting.
I think he said he would want a Manny Pacquiao. Now that he's seen that, he's back on it, and I would want to see that too. I mean, definitely with the pay-per-views with that Manny Pacquiao did. It'll definitely make an exciting fight. Hopefully by the end of the year. I mean, I don't know.
I'm thinking they might do a Sean Porter rematch. You know, the first fight, you know, it was pretty good.
Yeah, depending on how he feels, right? So, I mean, we'll see how he feels this Saturday, see how his elbow is, and, I mean, obviously they'll go from there. I mean, they're going to take care of him. He's the big dog there with PBC, so we'll see what they do.
But, you know, Manny had a great performance. He's a money man at the division. He's back on top.
Exactly.
Everybody's calling him out. I don't know if I want to see Pacquiao Thurman right away. I think I'd rather see Pacquiao Danny Garcia. Should Danny Garcia be successful?
I would like to see that too.
That'd be an interesting fight.
Yeah, that would definitely be an interesting fight.
So let's move on to the big fight, the fight of the week, fight of the weekend.
Exactly.
You want to introduce it?
So this Saturday on the Zone, we have Jaime Munguia versus Takashi Inoue. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be a little war. We have Jaime Munguia from Tijuana, a local here in San Diego, right over the border, trains in LA. He's definitely an exciting fighter, a young fighter, hungry fighter that's always there to please the fans and give what the fans what they want. So, personally, my prediction of the fight, I think it might end early, man. I mean, like just like the last fight, you said Josito with Keith Thurman, Josito was handpicked. I'm pretty sure Inoue was handpicked. I tried to find video, couldn't find video. I did find one, and man, I don't know. I see it ending early, man. I see Jaime Munguia dropping him possibly in the 4th round. But don't get me wrong, man. Those Japanese fighters are tough. So he's gonna bring his A game, man. And I mean, we'll see Saturday on how this all plays out.
Talk a bit about Jaime Munguia, man. It's hard to imagine at this time a year ago. Virtually, like, nobody outside of TJ knew about the guy, right?
Yeah, well, one fight did.
Yeah, well, one fight did, but, you know, he was brought up as a name for Triple G, right, to replace Canelo last May 5th.
But you passed up?
No, the Nevada State Athletic Commission felt he was too green, too inexperienced to fight Triple G, right? It would have been a better fight than Martirosyan, Triple G. But even Jaime Munguia admits that it was a blessing in disguise because great things happened for him afterwards. Let's talk about Takashi Inoue. Style, I did, you know, get a little background, see a little video footage of him. He's not like his counterparts in Mira and Kamagai in that he's not a big volume guy. Yeah, he's a come-forward guy like them, but he doesn't throw a lot of punches. His best punches are right uppercut, which he throws right on the money. And he kind of has this kind of weird, awkward overhand left, which he could catch Munguia with if Munguia guard is down. He likes to smother his opponents. He likes to come in. He does his best work on the ropes. Once he gets you on the ropes, he loves throwing that right hook up top and digging with the left to the body. Now, he won't be able to smother the 6-foot-tall Munguia. You know, Takashi Inoue is giving up 4 inches to Munguia.
Yeah. And seeing a picture today, you can definitely tell the size difference.
Yeah. But I think Inoue is gonna make an ugly fight out of this. I mean, you know, he's gonna come forward. He's gonna clinch a lot. It's gonna be one of those types of fights. It's up to Munguia. I know he's a come forward fighter as well. Just step back, kind of time this guy.
Yeah, hopefully this will be good for him to practice some boxing skills, right?
Yeah, and I believe he could catch him with the left hook. Now, your prediction, what was your prediction?
4-round knockout.
4-round knockout. Well, time for my prediction. And
what do you think?
We're going to introduce a new set piece here.
Okay.
You know, this is something new we got.
Oh, here we go.
We got this helmet from Leonard versus Hearns.
Nice.
1989, the second fight.
Classic.
Ended up being a disputed draw. Many saw Hearns winning.
Yeah.
But I'm predicting a battle.
You're predicting a war.
Guess what? This battle hat's going on.
Oh.
Jaime Munguia, this hat's for you, buddy. I'm predicting Jaime Munguia TKO stoppage around 8 or 9. I think he's going to overwhelm him. The guy's in every category, speed, strength, volume. He has them. TKO around 9. After this fight, Munguia is going to fight his mandatory. It's already kind of being set.
Yeah.
Move up to 160 later this year. or next year, possibly in the works for Munguia as well. But Jaime Munguia, Takashi, Inoue, we're expecting a battle. This hat's on. Hopefully you guys could deliver.
Nice. So there we go, guys, for episode 2. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Stay connected with us and stay tuned for our House of Boxing Instagram, HOB TV, that we're going to be starting up. So thank you guys again and stay tuned next week for episode 3. Thank you guys.
See you guys.